Hey guys, welcome to Muscle Memory. My name is Malcolm here at WrestleBash 2 with Eric Bischoff. How are you?
I'm good. You got the muscle memory show? I need a mental memory or an emotional memory because who is this guy? Why is this goofy-looking little weatherman look-alike standing behind us in my interview? I don't get it.
Let's look at this picture actually of you. Like, when was this taken? What was like the history behind this photo? I feel it's very iconic for you.
I think it was around 1997.
Okay.
My wife actually hired a photographer because she wanted just to take some shots of that era of my career. Yeah. I think that came from my own personal collection.
Oh,
somebody got their hands on it somehow.
So WCW paid you for that photo? Like, I feel like
I don't think so. I think we paid for that one.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong, man. It's a long time ago. I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. And you're asking me about who took a picture of me 30 years ago.
That actually was my next question, what you ate for breakfast. But I guess we'll move past that. We'll go to something different.
I haven't had it. I'm waiting for a banana.
Okay.
Somebody walked by and said they were going to go get me a banana. So
we'll get you that banana.
Get this. He said, do you want a green one or a ripe one? I said, what the hell am I going to do with a green banana?
Just let it sit there
Take
for
it
the whole
home
day.
and wait for it to ripen?
By 4 o'clock, it'll be ready to go. But Eric, you have so much like history in the world of pro wrestling. Obviously, anyone that's watching this knows who you are already. In your mind right now, in this day and age of pro wrestling, what are like some of the best storylines of the modern business?
Well, for me personally, and I'm a little hardcore when it comes to story, and I realize that. But for me, story has a logical, believable beginning.
Yeah.
It has all of the plot points necessary along the way, leading to a dramatic ending of a story. No different than a book, a movie, any other scripted form of television, a stage play, even a concert of any kind, usually has a beginning and a middle and an end.
Yeah.
And the emotion that the artists, in whatever genre, are performing is designed to create intensity, anticipation, and build to a finish. So when I look at wrestling, I look at, for example, the Bloodline storyline.
Yep,
it's had an amazing beginning. We're still in the middle. According to Paul Heyman, we're at the end of Act 1, but I don't know. But it's a long-term story that has evolved, that's kept the audience hanging on, eager to anticipate what's going to happen next. To me, that is a classic, well-crafted, disciplined storyline.
It is.
And I don't think there's much out there that can compare with it right now. In fact, I don't think there's anything that can compare with it over the last 25 or 30 years.
For sure.
I mean, as a storyline, the Bloodline storyline is... Nothing is ever perfect in life, but damn, they're knocking on the door.
They're doing well. They're doing really well. And another big show is coming up, AEW All In, massive stadium, 80K people. What's your thoughts on like them selling out that venue?
I think it's so exciting, and I'm happy for everybody involved. Tony Khan, the entire company. It's a validation.
It is.
Right? But it's also a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. Thoughts on the card so far? Do you know the card already?
Does anybody know the card already?
There's a few matches announced. Do you want to know them?
Sure.
Okay, so for CM Punk's Real World Championship, it's going to be him versus Mojo for the title.
We've seen that a bunch of times.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot of times. MJF versus Adam Cole for the AEW World title.
And we're going to see MJF wrestle in the opening warm-up.
Yep, 0 hours.
That's like Mick Jagger opening up for the Rolling Stones.
Pretty much, yeah.
Rolling Stones are in town, and guess what? Special guest Mick Jagger is going to open up the concert. What the hell?
Yeah, for the Ring of Honor tag team titles. And then a lot of other matches in the middle. There's a fatal 4-way for the women's title. There's a lot going on for All In. So, do you have a favorite AEW talent currently?
MJF.
MJF? That's a good answer.
There is nobody with... Second place looks like this.
Yeah, like, where are they?
Is there
we
one?
Can't find you.
Yeah.
For sure. And one of your biggest feuds that a lot of people don't even mention is you and Teddy Long. And I thought it was such an interesting rivalry. What was your thoughts on that entire, story with Teddy Long?
You know, this story was it was okay, right? It wasn't a great story. But Teddy, we're still friends to this day.
Yeah.
In fact, Teddy and I have this tradition that we've had for, I guess decades now, where on Thanksgiving morning and Christmas morning, we kind of compete to see who's going to wish each other, on social media text, who's going to wish each other Happy Thanksgiving or Merry Christmas first.
Sure.
And I think it was 2 years ago, I just happened to be up around midnight. I went, I'm going to stay up till 12:01 so I could get there first, Teddy and I go way back. I worked with Teddy back in 1992 in WCW.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time together. We'd hang out after we got done working on Friday nights. We'd go to this place called Casamigo. I think it was called Casamigos. And I know there's a vodka called that now, but no, it was Casa Lagardo. Casa Lagardo. And it was a Mexican restaurant. And on Fridays, Teddy and I, when we were done working in WCW, would go there because they had like $3 margaritas that you could. It looked like a small aquarium.
Oh, that's big.
It's like you could take that home and have fish.
What's the best flavor?
I don't remember. I'm not much. We weren't drinking for flavor at that point. It was the sugar and the alcohol.
Fair enough. Before we wrap this up, because I know fans are about to come in very soon, can you give me your top 5 WCW World Champions of all time?
Oh, that's our Ric Flair right off the bat. Yeah. You can't go wrong there. Hulk Hogan, because of the impact that he had on the business. Bill Goldberg, that was a big moment for Bill. It was a big moment for WCW. Arguably, you could suggest that we pushed Bill too hard, too fast, but nonetheless, the reaction that it had and everything else was great. DDP, because he's a close buddy of mine,
of course,
and he was a legitimate in real life underdog.
Yeah,
nobody, the locker room, his peers didn't want to see him succeed. He fought against everybody from day one, and to be able to dig in and develop into such a positive person that he is and he has become, I think a lot of that started in WCW, where he had to stay positive. Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been too easy just to throw in the towel and be one of the boys.
For sure. I think that was 4. We need one more.
4. We need one more. Was Ricky Steamboat champion?
He was champion.
All right, yeah, Ricky Steamboat.
That's a good
there
one.
There we go. I just dug that one out of my back pocket.
Absolutely love Ricky Steamboat. Eric Bischoff, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. If they're not already following you on social media, where can they follow you?
You can follow me at eBischoff on X,
X.
Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's probably the best place to follow me. And of course, listen to 83 Weeks, wherever you get your favorite podcast, or Strictly Business, both available on the 83 Weeks podcast feed. Like and subscribe. Wow, that sounded like a car salesman or what?
I like that. I feel like you just really sold me a Toyota right there. Guys, WrestleBash 2, my name's Malcolm, Eric Bischoff, and we're out.
Going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.